your recruiting process as a whole, like when those calls started coming in, when the offers started coming in. Obviously, again, you have an impressive offer list. But what stood out about South Carolina? Obviously, Will Muschamp, Mike Bobo recently hired. But what stood out about South Carolina for you that you felt like made it the right decision for you?
Yeah, so after, like I said earlier, after my sophomore year was when I really started to draw attention to myself on a national scale.
Mm.
My sophomore tape was really what brought guys in to come to see me physically. Um, and sometimes I had like a couple workouts here and there, throwing the ball so they could watch me live. And that's how I earned a lot of my offers, was during like spring workouts when they would come by and watch. Um, a lot of people want to speculate and say, oh, they just throw them out. I was like, no, like literally I had, I think, 30 offers, 28 of my offers, every single school came by to watch me. So that speaks for itself. And South Carolina was one of those early schools that came in. Obviously, when Dan Werner was there,
Mm-hmm.
um, he came by. But Coach Muschamp was the first guy that I really talked to. Obviously, love Coach Muschamp. Coach Werner came by, saw me throw, offered me after that. And it was just that early offer for me that was really what kind of made them stick out enough for me to go take a visit.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got on campus, I think the first time I was on campus was, I think it was for camp in the summer, and just seeing the facilities and how much is at the players' disposal and how many opportunities there are in Columbia really, really just appealed to me and my family. And then also came back for the game versus Kentucky last year.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, when I came back for that game, I had been to Clemson, I had been to Florida State, I had been to all these great places, and I came back to South Carolina, and just that atmosphere of the game and the fans and the towels. Um, After that game, on the way home, like I couldn't hear. Like it was legit, man. And I love the atmosphere and the energy. And I think that's what did it for me. And then also when Coach Bobo got hired,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I know a lot of guys that know Coach Bobo. I've heard nothing but great things about
Yeah,
him. And
obviously was big in the state of Georgia. I mean, obviously spent
yeah,
a ton of time at Georgia. So
he's a legend around here.
yeah.
So I grew up watching Georgia. I don't consider myself a Georgia fan growing up, but that was, obviously live in Georgia. That's the team that I would watch. And Coach Bobo was obviously there for a lot of the years. And then before I committed, I went back right before Corona had hit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was around February, March, right before Corona had hit. And I sat down with Coach Bobo and Coach Muschamp, and I got to listen to how Coach Bobo articulates his offense, um, his plan, what he wants to do, how to put people in the right spots, and just sitting in those meetings and with Connor Shaw and Colin Hill and Holinsky and all those guys, um, was a big deal for me too. And while I was there, like, through the experience, you meet different players and you kind of get a feel for them. Well, every time I went, like me, like, and Ryan and Luke had become pretty much like cool best friends. You know what I mean? Like I felt like part of the family
Mm-hmm.
already, and I'm not even there yet. Like I still had, like at that time, I still had like almost a year to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so all that combined was just, I just felt it in my heart too. And it obviously happened at a really good time too, like right before Corona had hit. And I know a
Right.
lot of guys right now, there's a lot of stuff happening. Like people are trying to just almost like an RSVP, like they're just holding their spot just to make sure that they're safe. You know what I mean? So there's a
Right.
lot going on, but that's not the case with me. I really took my time. I think I took 3 visits to South Carolina. So I really took my time to make sure that was the right decision for me. And I still feel like that today. So.